Welcome everyone to a casted game for Zerospace, and today spawning in the northwest corner of the map, playing in brown. We've got Cute playing as the Grell faction. Teaming up with Cute, we've got Sick Boy playing in yellow. Also as the Grell, it's going to be the Grell Team Alliance in the northwest, facing up against Soap and Chibi in the southeast. It will be Soap in orange as the Legion, Chibi in red as the Protectorate. Welcome everyone to Zerospace with well, we're currently in alpha development, but it's looking so good. Things are changing fast, I've got to say. I feel like the graphics have had an update since I've recently been casting Zerospace. Things are always getting better, which is the kind of cool thing, I've got to say. And you've got Tech Hero versus a Tech Hero. It's actually becoming a lot more popular, this hero. Kind of cool to see. It does have some really cool abilities. In particular, swapping can really turn the tide of a fight if you can get one of those premium units. Either way, contesting the middle control tower, they want the XP for those talents. Going on the east side are the team in the southeast. Galavax should be getting that pretty easily, but it's 2v1 down the middle, so definitely have to be careful with this Tech Hero. It does a swap. That's a great usage of the ability, because Grell Hero now going to get involved and doesn't use a slow ability. Managed to dash on out of there. Back to the Protectorate forward bases. Hello, hello. There's actually going to be a triple barracks opening there for Chibi. But needs to find a way to protect this area. This is actually kind of dicey. It does have a turret, but I'm not sure if it's being upgraded. But we'll be able to heal on up because of the barracks. That's actually a really strong position. And Soap is going to need to help out here, I think, coming in with an Armored Thrall. Two Armored Thralls, actually. This is a good staging ground. It does swap on in. Grell Hero does use the stun ability. Ooh, Rhinos coming in from the northeast. Soap coming in hot with those Rhinos, challenging them through. Does lose the Tech Hero there, so that's a really good pick-off. Because you do not want to lose your heroes in the early stages of the game, so you can avoid it. Oh, Grell Hero, does she actually get out of there? I think she burrowed out just about in time. That was close, but what that now allows, the team in the southeast in red, they are able to get the control towers, but that's not what they're happy with. They're going to push on forward and try and get some damage. They smell blood, and they're going straight for an incubator. That is big, because that's actually a big proportion of the production capabilities of the Grells in the north. As I say, that Grell Hero pops on forward, does use the deadly vines and stuns a little bit. Tech Hero needs to be careful there, does lose the shield, does swap on out of the position, but you've got to be careful. That is for sure. Commando's heading on in as well. Rhino's charging through. Grell Hero about to go down, just about maybe survives. Just about survives in the end. About to lose a Harvester, so really good aggression from the team in the southeast, that's for sure. Grell Hero still trying to push on back, does use the deadly vines. Armored Thrall's going to walk away, but pretty slowly, all things considered. Commando is joining in the force with the Protectorate, and does also get the sacrificial slight there involved. Right, well, either way, it's going to be the Valkyrie Hounds. One of them is infused, by the way. The Grell do have that infused ability, which is kind of crazy at times. It's got improved movement speed, cute. Oh, a bit of a slow on the Hounds meant that they couldn't fully get a wraparound on the west side. Galavax using the Fireball ability. Armored Thrall's taking out the Grell expansion. That is looking very dicey, and looks like the Protectorate joining forces there together. Grouping together, but look at the Valkyrie Hounds on the east side. About to get a wraparound. And gets the swap. Tech Hero. Protectorate Commandos jumping on out. The Hounds keep on chasing with Stingers, but he's going to lose this position here, I think, on the west. So this is huge for the Legion, because they're going to deny that base, and it's always tricky, right? The Valkyrie Hounds might win this fight. They're definitely tanking, especially the one that's infused, and Protectorate might need to jump on out of there. A couple of Commandos still remain, but the Valkyrie Hounds have backed away for now. Just not enough there for the Grell. He does do that base expansion, which is actually massive, so the economy is going to be hurting a little bit. Here come a couple of Stingers to join the Valkyrie Hounds. But that's a lot of Armored Thralls there, I've got to say. They are super tanky for the Legion. Add in the Commandos as the range damage output for the Protectorate. And looks like the team in the southeast got a really strong armor composition. Hounds are tripping on forward. Chakru Crabs added into the mix. It's difficult for those units to get out of there. Mostly melee units, by the way, for the Grell faction. And that's significant, because in these choke points, it's hard for them to really get close to their enemy. In the meantime, all three control towers are in the hands of Soap and Chibi, so I'm sure those talents will be coming in thick and fast. Speaking of which, we've got Value in Death for Soap, improved Beam Up there for Chibi, and Sick Boy has gone for the mercenary cooldown. Pushing on forward though with the Commandos, might be biting off a little bit more than he can chew here. Chibi going to take a couple of hits. Valkyrie Hounds could get surrounded. This is a problem. I think Soap needs to get on there. He needs to join his teammate, because those Hounds, if they get wraparound, it's deadly. But the armor thralls and range thralls are pushing forward as well. But certainly this is going to be a heavily contestable area. Of the two armor compositions though, I do favour the commandos and the ranged thralls. It just, it helps to get the couple of hits off and then back away. The melee units, they have to commit at some point. And if they get the commitment wrong, it can spell trouble. Commandos jump jet out of there. Tech hero is trying to get as much value as possible. Hound's trying to chase him down. I mean, I wonder if we're going to see the Legion come around the west side and flank it in. No, they're going to take the fight against the Chakra Crabs. Some of them have been infused. So that's going to be a huge fight. Stingers coming in as well. I mean, that's going to be a tight one, actually. Armor thralls are pretty decent. Oh, but look at this. Valkyrie Hounds coming in from the north of that fight. And that's a massive surround. The Legion getting surrounded heavily. They're going to use the beam up. And, well, just as well has got that ability. But a couple of units still remain there. Gallivaks and a couple of ranged thralls. And they're going to be sacrificed for the greater good for the rest of the units to back on out. And that's a problem. That's a really good fight there, I gotta say, for Sick Boy and Q. Could this be their way back into the game? Quite possibly. Chibi has got plenty of units though. Look at the number of commandos with that forward base production. Still looking in a good spot, at least on terms of map control and the amount of XP they're gathering from these control towers is still looking good. But that was definitely a good fight for Sick Boy and Q, and it could be their way back into the game. Now, Protectorate and true Protectorate style, getting those turrets on those supply depots definitely gives a good bit of protection. Now we see the Valkaru Shock Troopers, a really strong unit. Bear in mind the mercenary cooldown talent is really strong for the Valkaru, so really relying on the mercenaries. Bear in mind they can be infused, which definitely helps things. So that's a lot of Protectorate commandos heading on forward. Third level of talents. Performance enhancers for the Soap and the Legion. And elite infantry for Chibi. That's really strong. That's going to give an additional 60% movement speed and 10% range for the Protectorate commandos. The Legion, moving further forward, does have a couple of shock troopers of his own with a bit of splash damage coming out of them. A very strong unit. Right, looks like Commando's making a move down from the south. An Avenger or two added into the mix. Rhinos. Not Rhinos, sorry, the Hounds. Dying a painful death. Stickers tanking the front line with the Hounds. Gallivaks uses the fireball ability. Really good effect. Holy smokes. Hit a lot of those units. But look at this. The infused Valkyrie shock troopers going to get a heck of a lot of damage. Bear in mind there's no friendly fire. So they'll be getting a lot of value. But there's not too much of a meat shield. And that's a lot of commandos. Chibi with 100 population supply. Really dictating this fight. Dictating the game, and just the sheer numbers of units possibly could start to overrun. Deadly Violence gets deployed. Fireball ability on those stingers. That's going to be a massive loss of units. It doesn't have the upgrade to leave the fire around it once the fireball does expire, but that could be coming in soon. And now we see the stronger hero popping up for Legion, which is such a strong synergistic upgrade talent. Considering that the Legion, they do have a little tendency to value those heroes, considering you can get more than one at a time. The only faction that can do so. It's definitely a good upgrade for them to have if they have multiple heroes. Grouping up together on the east side is actually a really good game so far. I feel like the keys to the game could rely with the Protectorate and the Commando numbers, if he keeps them alive, that is, at least. Got to be careful not to overextend. Does draw in a Valkaru Hound. Stingers on the west side, about to jump on, maybe try and get surround, but doesn't want to just yet with Stride. Oh, this could be devastating. The Striders. Oh god, these guys get even more powerful when you garrison units inside, and I suspect there's going to be a lot of commandos in. We have seen recently with the Striders being infused, they are something else, but of course there's no Growl here for the Protectorate teaming up with them, so you can't really infuse them. I gotta say as well, this is definitely, yeah, there's definitely been a visual overhaul. This was not there before. These are skeletons. Dinosaur skeletons. My 4-year-old would love to see that. Speaking of which, my 4-year-old has been watching Zerospace here and there. Getting him in early. Moving on the west side, these commandos. That's a lot of supply. Holy smokes. Protectorate, they're very good at spamming out units, and you can see why and how it's showing up as what it can result in and lead to. Oh, Stingers on the east side. Need to be careful not to be caught out. Trying to get us around potentially. There's nothing on the west side really coming in that way. Two Striders, Armored Thralls making a move on the east side. Looks like it's go time for Soap and Chibi. Hanging out at the bottom of the ramp. Gallavax uses the fireball ability. Doesn't quite land on it though. Just gets to the bottom of the ramp and doesn't make any way further than that. A couple of units on the west side. It does always feel like they're trying to get us around, but they're not taking the bait. Protectorate holding on the west side. Legion on the right side. And they're really boxing them in, and this gives them access to all 3 control towers, and that's massive. Protectorate commandos that are weakened, they are backing away, jumping on out. And he's slowly but surely pushing on forward. Looking a bit dicey here for the team in the northwest. The 2 Grell factions. In fact, oh, this could be a surround. He's trying to get a surround, but I don't know if it's actually going to be... Yeah, that's not great. It's not the Protectorate that gets surrounded in the end. It would have been the Grell because of the Legion hanging back. It's such a kind of smart play, good maneuvering of units. Protectorate moving on up, trying to drag in the Grell from the east, with Soap getting ready to pounce, but in the end the Grell didn't take the bait, thankfully for them. Now the Legion moving on up the ramp. They've got a good position. Commandos on the east side. Does have a couple of hounds, but I just feel like the sheer numbers of the commandos is so good, and bear in mind, it's the ranged attack. That's really what's doing this. It's what's winning the fight. On a closed map like this, or relatively closed with the rams, definitely having the ranged attack units definitely helps, and you see the melee units really struggling to get on top of this. Does have a couple of Reavers. One of them is infused, so potentially could charge on in and get some good value. Let's focus on this particular fight. Reaver might go down quite quickly, and if it does, that's a premium unit, especially having been infused. Does have the shield on it. The shield is pretty much gone. But the Protectorate, you can see, camping that ramp, and they're doing so well at doing just that. Legion moving westwards now, and this is looking very dicey. Gallavax using the fireball ability. I mean, the team of the northwest, the Grell, they held on. They had some good fights, but it feels like they're going to be inundated very soon. The Protectorate at 200 population supply, fully maxed out. It's definitely looking good for them. That's a really strong push on the east side. Yeah, it looks like the Grell might be taken down. We'll have to see if they've got any more steam left up inside of them. Reaver charging on in, but charging right into top of Gallavax's fireball. And the onslaught continues. The Protectorate really moving on in, taking out incubators, taking out the Valkyrie shock troopers. And they might just combine forces. Yeah, they're combining in the north, and that's going to be a really big death ball. The supply just not there for Sick Boy. It's just not there for Q, and Soap and Chibi going to take out the root colonies. And from there, it's going to be taking out the large incubators. With the large incubators gone, there's not going to be any units popping out. One Reaver pops out, but again, it's not infused. It's just a regular one. And on its own, it's not going to manage. Losing the incubators, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That has got to be it. The Grell from the northwest of the map, they will be perishing. The Protectorate Legion Alliance, they take over the plains of Zerospace. Hope you guys enjoyed this casted game. Take care, and see you next time.